Imagine building the most powerful empire the world had ever seen. Roads stretched for thousands of miles. Cities glittered with marble. An army unmatched. A culture that ruled the known world. And yet, it all collapsed. Not in one day or even one decade, but slowly, tragically, predictably. This is the rise, the rot, and the ruin of the Roman Empire. And if it feels familiar, that's because history is whispering again. By the 1st century AD, Rome was unmatched. Augustus had ushered in the Pax Romana, 200 years of relative peace and expansion. Roman roads were marvels of engineering, allowing legions and goods to travel faster than ever before. The aqueducts carried clean water to cities. The Colosseum hosted grand spectacles. And the Roman Senate, though weakened, still projected the illusion of republican virtue. But underneath this golden mask, power was consolidating. Emperors grew more paranoid. Succession was rarely smooth, and as Rome expanded, so did the weight of holding it all together. Expansion came at a cost. Armies needed to be fed. Provinces had to be defended. Bureaucracy bloated. Taxes soared, often collected by brutal methods. The wealthy dodged taxes, while the poor were crushed under them. Roman currency was devalued, coin after coin diluted with cheap metals. Hyperinflation gripped the empire, and corruption was everywhere. From governors to generals, everyone had a price. The empire had become too large to manage, too divided to unify. Rome called them barbarians, but the truth was more complicated. The Goths, Vandals, Huns, and Franks weren't just invaders, they were refugees, pushed westward by conflict and climate shifts. Rome began allowing them in as soldiers, settlers, servants. But integration was shallow. Resentment simmered, and then it boiled over. In 376 AD, Rome refused entry to starving Gothic tribes. What followed was the Battle of Adrianople, where an Eastern Roman emperor was killed in battle. A line had been crossed. Rome was no longer invincible. The Roman Empire split in 285 AD, east and west. Constantinople rose, and the east would survive for centuries. But the west was a mess of weak emperors, ambitious generals, and crumbling borders. In 410 AD, the unthinkable happened. Rome was sacked. Alaric and his Visigoths walked into the Eternal City and looted it. Rome had not been touched like this in 800 years. The symbolism was devastating. In 455, the Vandals came again, this time from Africa. Rome was falling one sack at a time. In 476 AD, Romulus Augustulus, Rome's last emperor, was deposed by Odoacer, a Germanic warlord. No great war, no final stand, just silence. The Senate sent the imperial regalia to Constantinople. It was over. Not with glory, but with a sigh. The West was gone. But the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, would live on for another 1,000 years. Historians debate Rome's fall. Was it greed? Overexpansion? Plague? Climate change? The truth is, all of it. The empire collapsed because it became unsustainable. Its citizens no longer believed. Its leaders no longer led. The same playbook repeats. All great powers fall from the same disease: arrogance, decay, and denial. Look around. Massive debt, corrupt elites, distrust in leadership. Invasions, this time ideological. Borders stretched, civil unrest rising, technology replacing humanity. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. And the fall of Rome, it's not just a story, it's a mirror. If this hit home, hit like. Comment Rome lives in us. Subscribe for more untold stories the textbooks forgot. This is Historica, real history, no filters.